Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday.
Hello.
Welcome. Good to see you guys. How you guys doing? All right. Good to see you, Angie. It's always a
Good to
blessing
see
seeing you.
you too.
I appreciate you coming in. Let me change my channel. Actually, I was watching what was I watching again? Sleepy Hollow, the series. For some reason, I thought, you know what? Let me watch Sleepy Hollow. I haven't seen that in a long time, so I was
Well, we
watching.
just we just finished Yellowstone, which
Oh yeah, I did. I
and
didn't
we're
go to the
watching
beginning.
Landman. I think that's the name of it with Billy
Yeah,
Bob Thornton,
Landman. Yeah,
and it is
is
off
it
the
good?
chain good. It is
What?
excellent.
Okay, I might think about that a little bit. You know, Yellowstone. When it first of all came out, I was just like, I'm tired of all these people stealing land from people and all the horses and country stuff. I'm like, I'm sick and tired of watching. So I watch so many. All the stories are all the same, you know. But then when I saw clips and clips of it, like 3 or 4 episodes to the last one, I got intrigued. So I started following where they will show, like on a Sunday before it
Yeah, the
airs,
series. Yeah.
they will show a rerun. So I
hmm
started watching it, and then I got really intrigued and I didn't go to the beginning. I just watched the
Oh,
rerun.
Beth and Rip to me are the best. Beth is the girl, honey.
Oh my
Got
goodness.
some. She's got some fire in her. I
Ye-
love Beth.
Yes. So I watched it and I kind of like liked it. I was like, I'm not gonna go to the beginning, but I'm just gonna watch it from here to the end of it. And I did. And I'm glad she came on top of all that. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I hated that it ended, but it ended in a spot where they could renew it and make more if they wanted to. It did end like
Yeah.
that, but it could go on.
Yeah, there is I think on one of the entertainment news, they said there probably will be a spin-off of Beth and her husband.
Oh, real? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I
they
love
said there might
real.
be a spin-off
Oh,
of
yeah.
them. So it will be interesting to see what the spin-off
Yeah.
will focus on, you know.
Right. It'll
Yeah,
be good.
it'll be good. And then what's the other one?
The
Uh
Landman.
the
How
landman.
can you not love Billy Bob Thornton? He is a mess. But you got to watch it. It's only been 3 series on regular Paramount, but on
Yeah.
Paramount Plus they've run the whole thing. But on
Okay.
Paramount, which that's what we get, we've
Yeah.
only seen 3 episodes so far. So you're not far behind at all.
Okay, I might see when I feel like it. I might log in and because I have Paramount Plus, so I might go in and
Oh, you
take it.
can watch the whole thing at once then.
I'm gonna take a whole look and see. Oh my goodness! Wow. Anyway, guys, so welcome, guys. I appreciate you guys coming in. So this is our last show for the season.
I
Wow.
want to tell them, Ella, I got renewed. I got renewed. Ella's renewing my show here with her.
Yeah, it's me, Angie, got renewed for a second season. Woohoo!
Hey, look, when January starts, you should put season 2.
Of course, I'm definitely gonna put that. I'm gonna put
Season
season
2
2.
it for keeping it real.
Yeah, we're gonna do it season 2. So yeah, so we are definitely coming back. I'm glad that you guys actually come in here and support the show. We are always trying to keep it real. We always say we don't have the answer. We only speak on our own experience if we've experienced it, or something our family or friends have gone through and how they have experienced it. That's what we try to talk about. We talk about stuff that we see and how we will deal with it if we find
And
ourselves.
our outcome may not be your outcome.
Yes.
If you even went by what we suggested we did, your outcome still may not turn out like ours did. So we
Yeah.
don't guarantee anything.
Yeah. The only thing that we just say is that which is most important, on top all, is if you want it to work for you, you got to put your trust in God. If you want
Yes.
it to work for you got to have that faith as a mustard seed, and you got to give it to God and let God take control of that situation, no matter whether it's your health, it's your finances, it's
A relationship,
a
uh,
relationship, marriage, you can name it all. You got to give it to
a
God.
death,
Yes.
anything.
You lost somebody, and you're thinking how you're going to cope. Just give it to God. If it's not working, just give it to God. Continue to have the faith to do that. So that's what we say. We don't know it, but we're gonna try. And there might be people in the chat too that
And
will
that's what
also.
we love about the chat. They always participate and they bring good questions. They give good advice. We've always had a good chat. Our chat's always been calm, no drama. I
Yeah.
love the chat.
Yeah, and I always say during my morning shows, if you want to, I don't do drama when I'm doing auctions because I'm selling. And if you have drama, you got beef, you can bring it to this show because
Bring
that's
it
what the
on.
show is about. We'll help you with, you say you got drama with me, let's talk it out here. If you got drama with somebody, you don't need to mention their names. That's the thing we do here. We try not to mention people's name. I think there was a time somebody mentioned somebody's name and we say you didn't need to do that. You know,
Yeah.
that was,
Don't mention names. We'll just address the question, not
yes,
the person.
not the person, because we can't speak on the person. We just say, well, if I was in your shoes, this is how I will handle it. You know, I'm not saying you can handle it the way I handle it, but then, and this is why I like, let me tell you, this is my flaw. It has been a flaw of me. I react. When certain things happen, I don't just cool down, I react to it. So sometimes I've learned to contact a couple of people. If I know I'm going to react, I just say, guys, this is who I am. I'm just not going to respond right now. I'm just going to cool down and then I'm going to respond later. And
And
I'm
that's the
telling you,
best thing to do.
yes, that has really helped me. Because before I would be like, so I would just pick up the phone. I would call my husband. I would say, hey, I went through this situation. What do you think? He would like, okay, just calm down. This is how I think you should handle it. Oh, I'll call Pikiniki. Victoria, how do you think? It's just like they would tell me and they would advise me, and I will calm down. And then I will wait and then I will respond. So then I find out that my answer, is different from what I would have done in the beginning.
Right. Your big explosion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let me get my fan because I'm getting hot, and then I'll come and say hi to everybody. So let me get my air
Let her
going.
get some oxygen going. I'm so glad you're all here. Thank you for being here. This is our last show before 2025. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. This is a tough time of the year for some.
Yes.
We got to remember those that are struggling through this time of year.
All right. We got 16 people in the house. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. I appreciate you guys. All right. Let me make sure my mouse is here. You can click on it and then go back up. Truly amazing. Hi, truly amazing. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, Miss Josie. Josie's play. Josie, are you taking a break? Miss Josie, she does auctions Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So make sure you check her out. She's got a new show coming with It's Me, Angie. It's gonna be I think it's on the 9th of January. It's gonna be their first show. So make sure you
It's
bookmark.
called The Calm Before the Storm, and the thumbnail is already up. Josie has put the thumbnail up. And
Yeah,
one month it'll be on her channel, and the next month it'll be on my channel. We're gonna switch back and forth.
yeah. And that's probably another thing I forgot to tell you in the back room. For season 2, we're gonna do a switch up.
Oh,
We're gonna do on your channel.
maybe I'll have my new computer by then. I'm working on getting me a new computer.
So we're gonna 1 week it's gonna be on mine. The following week we do it's gonna be on your channel as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we're gonna be switching up. So get your thumbnail ready. So your thumbnail is gonna be different from my one.
Yes.
All right, let's see. Claudette! Good to see you, Claudette. Welcome in. Welcome in. Ashley. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Good to see you, Ashley. How you doing? I appreciate you coming in. Shows, Mining. Mwah, mwah. Hi, Mining. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Swamp Picker. Good to see you, Swampy. How you doing? Welcome in. Bold Lion. I haven't seen Bold Lion in a while.
Yeah. It's been a while since we saw Bold Lion.
Good to see you, Bold Lion. Welcome in. Welcome in. How you doing? Oh, gee. Hi, Colleen. Good to see you. Don't forget, Colleen's going to be live back on their channel New Year's Eve. So make sure you check her out New Year's Eve on her channel. All right. Darling, welcome in. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I appreciate you. Holiday blessings to you, my friend. All right, let's see who else is here. Hey, Debs. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. All right. Yeah, I love Yellowstone too. I wasn't a big fan of it, but yeah, I kind of like the way the last few seasons, episode I meant to say ended, and
it got more intense.
Yeah, towards the end of it. Yeah, because I was like, okay, and Kevin Costner is leaving the show. Why? And then the way they did it, and the way the brother, and I was so intrigued because I like, did he adopt this guy? Is this guy, because for this guy to be so bitter, I'm like,
yeah, he was adopted. Yeah.
Uh-huh. I was like, okay, he must have been adopted, and yeah, so yeah, it was one of those. I was like, wow. All right, let's see who else. Baby girl. Good to see you, baby girl. Welcome in. Oh, Landman is really good too. Nice. We'll be doing that. All right. So let's see who else. Hi, Lindsay Ann. Mwah, mwah. Welcome, Lindsay Ann. How you doing? Welcome. All right. Let's see. Everybody saying hi. Douglas. Good to see you, Douglas. How you doing? Welcome in. All right. If I miss you, I'm so sorry. Just when I see your name again, I will say hello. Hey, New England Cajun Root Reseller LLC. Good to see
Johnny.
you, Johnny. Don't forget, check Johnny out. He's gonna be live all week this week, so make sure you check him out on his show. Also, he's having bloopers coming out. I think it's New Year's Eve as well. So
I'm looking forward to that, because I know a few that you've already done, Ella, this past year, and I know they're gonna make it. I know they're gonna make it cut.
Yeah, because Johnny only did this year. He said he didn't go far back. So yeah, so I can't wait for that to come on. That's the bookmark for sure. All right, let's see who else is here. Chat is jumping as well. Yeah, and that is New England's Cajun Root Resellers channel. Make sure you check him out. Little Debbie. Good to see you, Little Debbie. Welcome. Little Debbie put out a short again today. Make sure you check it out. Sonia from Texas. Good to see you, Sonia. How you doing? Welcome. All right, all right, all right, all right. Uh, who else is here?
The winning walk with
Hey,
Christina.
the winning walk with Christina. Welcome back. Good to see you, Christina. How you doing? Happy holidays to each and every one of you. Thank you so much. April! Good to see you, April. How are you? Welcome, welcome. She's tired but well. Well, I'm glad. Ella, I will be in touch about New Year's Eve. Got an idea in mind. All right. Okay. Hi, John. Welcome, welcome. Mwah,
Look
mwah.
what he says.
Hi, Queen of Palace and Queen of Gossip.
Gossip and po' boys.
Good to see you, John. Don't forget, make sure you following John. He's gonna be on Johnny's in January, so you want to make sure that you follow him. It would be nice to go and support him for his first auction on Johnny's channel in January. All right, let's see who else is here. All right, all right. Ella, have you ever had a No, I don't eat stuff like that. I just feel it's just too messy. It's just too messy. I don't think I'll be able to eat something like. And I'm a picky eater, so it just depends what is in it. I might not fancy something like that. All right, let's see who else is here. Hey, Joanne. Good to see you, Joanne. I wanted to know if you have my info for the giveaway I won last week. I wasn't sure. Yes. I do have your information and giveaways. I do giveaways. I send giveaways out once every 2 weeks. So your giveaway will be going out tomorrow. Hey, finding treasures. Good to see you, finding treasures. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. All right, this Tuesday, yes, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's coming out. Get ready. Tracy Cakes. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Happy New Year, she says. And this one is for you. You know, they switch stuff around in the back room now with, what do you call it? StreamYard. Dag.
Thank you for the super chat. 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 Super, super, super chat. Super, super, super chat.
Thank you so much, Tracy Cakes. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right, all right. Oh, Johnny said I did add some from last year as well. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Good. Can't wait for that to come out. Kiss her for me. All right, Lindsay, and say kiss her for me. All right, let's see who else. And that is Tracy Cake's channel. Black, the Black Widow Twin. Good to see you. Welcome in, welcome in. All right. I also have a special 5 years and 75K memory from the last 5 years video at 2 on Thursday. All right.
Johnny's getting ready.
He's dropping it like it's hot. Dropping it like it's hot. Congratulations. All right, let's see who else is here. I hope I got to the bottom. I'm trying. Did I get? Oh, yeah. I got to the bottom. Nice. I'm at the bottom. Okay, all right. So we're just gonna touch on a few things if we can remember them. That we talked about this year when we started the show. And if there's anything that you guys want us to talk about, put it in the chat and we'll talk about it as well. You know, I was talking to Angie in the back room and I said, you know what? I said, that's our first show, which was January 7th. We had a question, and the question was, why does good things happen to good people? And then Angie was like, wow, look at what I wrote down in my book, So it was like, yeah, we kind of like sync like that.
I had written down, why does this happen to me?
You see?
That is what I had written down.
So it was like, maybe I went back and I watched the first show, and I felt that I didn't give much answer that I would love to give for that question, and I wanted to say the first thing is, like I wrote down here, I said, God doesn't give you more than you can handle. When people say things happen in their life, and I was like, why me, Lord? Why me? And it's like, yeah, because life is unpredictable, and why does bad things happen to good people? It could be for several reasons. We're talking about the system. No, there's no perfect system. This world is designed to reward good people, but then sometimes the bad people get rewarded as well, more than the good people. So that's another thing. And then another thing you'll be thinking about, okay, it might seem like bad things, only just happen to you because you're good, but it could be a learning experience as well. That's why that bad thing happened. It could be a learning experience from you, so that regardless of how you see the situation, you learn from it. And that way, not only you learning from it, you're able also to teach other people and let other people know too that, yeah, it might happen to you, but this is the way you can overcome that as well.
Well, my thought is, we live in, because of me being a Christian, I have these thoughts. Someone else may have different thoughts, and that's fine. But we live in a world of sin. So everybody has a free will. So their will gets put upon you when you're around that person. So it kind of drizzles down on you, and it affects your life. So
Yeah.
bad things can be coming from something that you didn't cause, which makes you the victim. That's what victim is. Something happened to you that you can't control. And then we make choices on our own that we know are not the right choices. And then we ask the question of, why is this happening to me? Well, it's happening to you because you made the wrong choice and you didn't prepare yourself for the decision that you made.
Yeah.
And you can't always think, oh, somebody's doing this to me. No, sometimes we bring it upon ourselves because we don't listen or we don't pay attention to what we're doing. And sometimes it's just a lesson.
Yeah.
We grow through pain. That's just it.
That is so true. I think I highlighted where Johnny says, I thank God for all unanswered prayers. That's what we got to do. Certain things happen in our life. We just have to thank God and just pray that, we're able to overcome it. Colleen says sometimes what we might think is bad thing might have happened to bring better things. We just see it as bad. And that's true.
It may be taking you on a road that you're having to go through this right now to get back on the path of a really good thing happening, just like Colleen says.
Yeah.
You can't look at it like dread all the time. That's why I try to stay in a positive learning mood. I don't say, oh my gosh, why is this happening to me? I say, what am I supposed to learn through this that I'm going through? I mean, James and I woke up one day last week to a noise, and our ceiling had fallen in our dining room.
Wow.
And we didn't, no rain, no damage, no anything. Just the tile had fallen off. And in the middle of the night, we heard this noise. And we didn't look at each other and go, why did this happen? Oh my gosh, what are we going to do? We just looked at each other and kind of laughed and said, we'll handle it in the morning when it gets daylight. So when it got daylight, we started looking at it and we calling the people to come fix it. And I got a better ceiling made out of wood than I had before the tile fell. So I got something better out of it, and I didn't get upset about it. I was just like, okay,
Yeah. And that's true. Hi Isha, welcome in. Johnny said it is a lesson we have to learn from it and improve so that it will not happen again.
Yes, and if you don't learn it, it's like Johnny's saying, if you don't learn it the first time, guess what? You're going to go through it again. So learn it the first time, whatever the lesson is. Learn it. Don't repeat that class. Don't repeat that class.
Yeah, you gotta. That's the thing, is that it's a lesson for you. You ask yourself, okay, why am I going through this? You know, and it's like maybe you have to go through it so that when you come out on the other side, you can say yes. It says what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I got mosquito in my house because I left my freaking door open, biting me today.
Look, how many people ask themselves this? Why not me?
Mm-hmm.
They always say, why me? Why am I going through this? Well, why not you? I mean, do you think you're beyond going through something that other people are having to deal with?
Yeah.
No, you're not. And it can happen to you. People that say, oh, that won't happen to me. Oh, yes, it can happen.
Yes, it can. So it's like what you chose to do with it afterwards when it happened. Are you going to sit down there, or are you going to get up and move and try to push it out of the way so you can get to the other side? That is up to you. Oh, yeah, nice.
What is it?
Little Debbie say, being a year of change and new friends, just want to say I cherish you all more than you know, and pray we get to spend the important time together while we can. Thanks for another amazing year.
Oh, thank you, little Debbie.
Mwah, mwah. That is good. I love that. Thank you. Is it what we learn from it? It is what we learn from it that will make us stronger.
Yes.
See? What doesn't kill you make you stronger. You got to learn from it. You learn from it, you become a wiser person. Some of life's greatest blessings come wrapped up in the hardest trials. That's true. That is so true. And there's a reason probably why we, some of us have to go through, the hardship in life. There's a reason sometimes we have to go through
it. I feel like the harder a person has to, now this, I'm talking about trials that they haven't brought upon themselves, that they, that they've just been put on, you know what I'm saying? That is, to me, it's like God is preparing them for something great. You know what I'm saying? Something for them to do that is so rewarding. If they can just get to the end of it and not fail and not faint, they can get to the end and they'll reap the reward of going through that.
Yeah, turn out be like Joseph in the Bible. He went through one or the other. His brothers sold him.
His brothers sold him, and then he was kind to his brothers and gave them food. And after they had sold him, went back and told the dad that he had died, and it was bad.
Yeah, sold him, find himself working, and then lied on, put into prison, and then got called out of prison to go serve, and and then became a king. So
yes.
You never
but God was preparing him the whole time.
Yeah. So when we go through hardship, sometimes you just have to think about it and say, you know what, Lord, give me the strength to carry on. That's it. Hi, Layla. Welcome in. Why not me? Bad stuff happens, so it is the way of life. I'm not special.
See, why not me?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, well said, little Debbie. You're oh, dang, that was a big mosquito. I don't know why I opened my door out today. And now I've let mosquito in, and it's been biting me while I'm sitting here. What you go through should make you stronger. Yes, what you go through.
It should.
Love season.
When you go through something, it should, number one, humble you. It should make you feel empathy for others. It should cause you to have more compassion. If you really learn through lessons that you go through, it shouldn't cause you to be bitter, angry. Now, you will go through stages of that if it's like a tragic event.
Yeah.
The human nature can't stop that because we want to control everything, and we're not in control of anything.
Yeah.
And
as Miss Josie said, God woke you up this morning. Some people didn't wake up. Some
you're
people
so
did not
right.
wake up. Yeah. Some people did. They went to bed last night and they did not. Not all of them woke up. So for you to wake up and see another day, that means there is light at the end of the tunnel, that it will get better for you. It's just the way you handle stuff, so that's it.
And
It's
your
definitely, it can
perception,
happen to anyone, no matter what it is. Yes.
your perception is your reality. So you got to start turning your perception to a different look, looking at something different.
Yes. And that's what Tracy Cake is saying here as well, too, So at the end of the day, I wanted to bring this question because it was our first question when we started the show. And for me, I just felt I didn't really give as much of a good answer, but like I said, we're growing and we're learning. So I thought I had more to give on this, and I wanted to bring this.
And I'm so glad you did, because that is so important for
Mm.
people to know, to be able to get up and go through another day and be able to function.
Yeah. So no matter what you're going through, if you see that, you feel that, oh, I'm a good person, and it look like bad stuff is always happening, then this is what you need to do. One, you got to be grateful that God woke you up. If God woke you up, that means he has a plan for your life.
Right. You have a purpose.
You handle your plan. Now, to my leading from that leads on to another question that I wrote down. Is like losing your blessing. Losing your blessing. It could be anything. It could be anything. As the way that we see stuff and we lose our blessing. We always say things like, you know what, I've had enough. I'm not doing it anymore. Okay, you had enough. You made your mind up that you're not doing it anymore. Ask yourself this: who were you doing it in the first place for?
And if you have come to that decision, you don't have to tell 3,000, 4,000 people. Just do it.
Do it.
That's the thing about an individual. You don't have to share anything with anybody, except you need to just make changes, because action speaks louder than words. It always has. Action speaks louder than words.
It sure is. So, and that's the thing, losing your blessings. Okay. And you open your mouth and you say so many things with your mouth, the Bible says it's not what goes in. I'm not trying to be here to preach to nobody. Okay. But I use scripture because I know I've experienced scripture. I experienced the Bible.
Well, that's your life. That's your belief. Yeah.
Yeah. I've experienced it come to life. And I know by my own experience, because I remember I used to tell, there's two people I used to tell this. When you keep speaking it, you are speaking it into existence.
You're exactly right.
Keep saying, oh, nobody loves me. Nobody loves me. I'm telling you, even when the people that are out there that do love you, you're going to find out that for no apparent reason, you're not going to know. It's not like they're going to say, oh, I don't love you anymore. No, you're going to find yourself that they don't talk about you. They distance themselves from you. So it's what comes out of your mouth, not what goes in. When you keep speaking it, you are putting it out there into the atmosphere.
And until you appreciate what you have, God's not, the God I serve is not going to give you any more, because you got to appreciate what you have. And if you keep saying, I don't have this, I don't have that, but you don't look around and see that you have children, you have a husband, you have a job, you have this, and then you are upset because you don't have what this other person has.
Yeah.
No, you got to focus on what your blessings are, and you got to be appreciative of that.
Yeah. So that's another thing, is that you're losing your blessing. You're losing your blessing. The stuff people would have like, you know what? I feel like I want to bless this person today. You ask yourself, why don't I get blessed like the other people get blessed? The reason you don't get blessed is because you put it out there. So basically, if somebody wanted to do good for you, because you put it the negative thing out there so much, for some reason, guess what? It looks like your negativity blew dust on that person's mind, and guess what? Your name get replaced with somebody else. So if your name was on this, it says Harry. Oh, I need to bless Harry today. Okay. And then by the time you go, you say, oh yeah, you know what? I forgot to bless John today. Let me do John. Guess what? Harry already disappeared from the mind without not even knowing that they were supposed to bless Harry. Now it's John they want to bless. Guess what?
And
Who did it? You did it because you were out there talking about, oh, nobody loves me. Oh, nobody wants to help me. Nobody wants to do this. I'm tired. I do for everybody. You do for everybody. Let God see it.
and if you don't do it, if you have motives behind what you do for someone, you're not freely giving. You have to freely give and expect nothing in return. Nothing. But if you're giving to get something in return, you're giving for all the wrong reasons.
All the wrong reasons. You know, I had to learn from that one. You know, I have to learn, because for me, I'm always been a giver. I always love to give. And I don't do it to receive. I love to give because that's what I learned from the Bible. It's good to be a giver than a receiver. You know, I had to learn it. Good to give. And it just because I give, I have to announce it. I don't really have to announce my
No,
giving.
I would rather not announce it. I'd rather people not know it, because once you announce it, that's your blessing.
That's your blessing.
That's your reward. That's your reward.
So you're giving because you want to bless, so you give. So at the end of the day, if you don't get blessed because somebody else is getting blessed,
and you should be happy for that person. If you can't be happy,
you got to be happy, and
you got to be happy for somebody else receiving something else.
Yeah. And don't feel that all the time, you know what? Oh, they do for this person, they don't do for me. That is not it.
And if you have to tell me you've done this, this, and this for me, I don't want you to do anything for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't do anything.
Don't do it for me. Don't do it. Because at the end of the day, you are doing it in order to get a reward.
Right. And that's not the right thing in giving. That's not, no. That's called bartering. You're bartering. You're giving somebody something and you want them to give you something back. That means you're bartering. That's not giving.
Hi, Timeless. Welcome. Hi, Mary P. Welcome in. All right. Let me see if there's anybody. I only allow 3 days of pity party. I only allow 3 days of pity party.
That's the way it is here at our house. You have 3 days. You can't get over it in 3 days. I don't want to hear it.
Get over it. Almost 5 years later, and I'm still peeling that onions of truth and understanding. All right. Let's see. We wouldn't know good if it wasn't for the bad. Yeah, that's true. We wouldn't know good if it wasn't for the bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. If the bad thing don't happen, you wouldn't know, because you'll be thinking, oh, okay. This is it. My husband often get upset because I am so limited what I can do since my illness. I keep reminding him I'm still here. We just have a different life now. Yes.
Yeah, and I live the same thing, Colleen. I can relate to that.
Yeah, and that is the thing. Is that at the end of the day, I'm still here. God is still giving me the breath of life. What if something happens and I've been taken away? Guess what? You're going to be in worse shape. Okay, wouldn't know what to do with yourself. You're gonna be crying because you miss me and all that, but I'm still here. It just means that our life is just changed a little bit. Now
See,
we're gonna have to change with that as well. And it's just like a different chapter.
right, different chapter.
That's a
Because
different.
my life did a 360. I mean, I went from a job, a good job, a job I loved, to getting my children out of the house and married and through college, to a wheelchair that I'm homebound and James has to take care of me, that I wasn't expecting. But I make the best of what I have every day.
Mhm. I live by this yesterday. If history tomorrow is not promised, and alive for today to be the fullness. Live for today to be the fullness. I can't seem to know. Be blessful with helping others have a better day.
Yeah,
Well,
focus on someone else.
else than yourself.
Quit focusing on yourself so much and focus on others.
And even though you're focusing on others, you don't need to let them know that you are doing for others.
Yeah,
Because
you don't have
guess
to tell
what?
people. Yeah, exactly, Ella.
But because when you keep saying, "Oh, I'm doing for others, I'm doing for others,"
You don't
they're
have to
not doing
report
for
it.
you.
You
You
don't
don't.
have to report it.
Yeah, you're recording because what you do. Guess what? God sees what you do. What you do, God will reward you because He sees it. So He will reward you for what you've been doing. But guess what? When you are out there announcing it, so you're looking for man to reward you. And to be honest with you, not a lot of men will reward you. Just a few, and maybe none will reward you.
And you can't outgive God. I'm just going to tell you.
Yes.
You can give and give and give, and once you start freely giving, it's just going to start flowing. You're going to start getting things. Just it's going to start coming.
Yeah. Darlene said, I'm grateful for this community. Before I found you all, I was so depressed. I didn't even leave my bed. This community has always supported me. Appreciate you all.
Oh, thank you,
Appreciate
Darlene.
Much appreciated. And we love you. There's so many things that has happened. Let me tell you, when I lost my home, I thought, oh my goodness, where am I gonna go to? And people remind me, like my friend, she was in the chat yesterday when we did the business talk. I think she reminded me, she said, Ella, how many times have you started life over again?
And it's possible.
Yeah.
You think it's not possible, but it is.
Yeah. And I started counting how I restarted my life over again. And I started to count my blessings. So that's why I don't regret anything. Everything happens for a reason. And I count my life and I was like, wow, I remember starting all over, gave everything away, started from scratch, gave everything away, started from scratch. And I was like, wow, how many times have I done this? But look at where I am now. 8 years ago, I had to start my life all over again when I lost my house. I lost almost everything, and I started over again. Now look at where I am. And then when the pandemic hit, I thought, oh wow, this is it. And then
This is it.
yeah, I thought, well, she said, Ella, you used to sell before. Go back and start selling. I said, well, I don't want to start selling on Poshmark. And I used to do outdoor events, and that's how I used to know a lot of people and go to different places and sell and whatever. And she was like, well, start here first. Start with Macari. And that's how I started. And then, I was going on YouTube to try and promote my Macari page. And then I found people who were doing auctions or unboxing. And I thought, wow, I can do this. She pushed me and encouraged me to do it. So I did it. If I was sitting here whining and complaining, and guess what? I would still be sitting complaining.
Every time I have a relapse in my autoimmune disease, I'm telling James and I'm praying to God, I don't know how many times you expect me to come back from this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it again, because having a relapse is just, you have no ability to take care of yourself. Everybody else is having to pick you up, shower you, do all this. It's just real humbling, and it's real weak. You're very weak. And I just tell James, I don't know how many times I can come back from it. And he said, you're going to come back as many times as God wants you to come back.
Yeah. Mary Page say it was 40 years of my life. I think I probably must have missed something. I think that's what I
get hung up on.
40 years. I will never get back. I have to take responsibility for my part in it. Yeah, you know what? If you lost 40 years, you don't dwell on that. What you do is it encourages you to move forward. It encourages you to say, you know what, I'm not going to let that depress me. It's going to be a part of my story because it's a part of your life. 40 years, and now you are somewhere. All you got to do is be grateful. The stuff that has happened to me, and I can say, you know what, I lived that life. I can tell the story how I live it for somebody else not to make that same mistake.
Right.
And sometimes you think about it. Do we ever see it coming? A lot of the times we don't see it coming. We don't see it coming.
See, I learned, responsibility. When I learned the meaning of that word, it's the ability to respond to your circumstance. So whatever you're going through, people say, oh, I take responsibility all the time. Okay, whose responsibility are you taking? Someone else's or yours? You got to be responding to what's going on in your life, not somebody else's.
Yeah. Wow. This is wow. I say, Darlene says, grateful to be alive. God saved me. My ex attempted to murder me in my sleep by stabbing and suffocating in 2012. I have more to do for God, and I thank him every day for waking me up. I mean, amen. And that is a hell of a story to tell, and
you have a purpose, Darlene. You are meant to be here, honey.
Yeah, because not everybody survives that.
No,
not everybody survives it. And then sometimes people will question God, like, why her? Why him? Maybe God just felt that was his time, but you're here. Maybe God felt, I want you to be here.
She wanted her to be here today. He wanted her to be here today to tell that story. But Ella, that goes back
too. Wow.
Ella, that goes back to that first thing you were sharing about the person that saying they're going to give up, they're not going to do this, and then you have someone like Darlene that's went through what she's went through, and you have the other person saying, I've done this for others, and I've done that, and I just feel like giving up, and look, everybody goes through things. Yeah,
people
You're
go
not
through
the
things.
only one.
Yeah, and look at the scale.
Yeah,
you are being petty because you feel you're
not getting recognized for what you've done.
Yeah, you're not being recognized for what you're doing, or you're asking people to do stuff for you that you can get help somewhere else. If you're relying on YouTube, I think we touched on this yesterday. If you're relying on YouTube people to help you, man, you've got a really sad life where you can go to your church, you can go to pantries, you can go to different places to ask.
What would you do if there was no YouTube? I mean, where would you go?
Yeah, and guess what? What you are complaining about is so petty that
superficial
to other people, that are not complaining. That
people are dying.
She almost lost her life.
Mm-hmm.
You got Mary P said she dodged a bullet. And look, they're here today. If it wasn't for this show, we wouldn't know about this.
No, we would. I wouldn't.
They come on with a smile. They come in and say hello to everybody. I don't see them complaining.
No, we don't know somebody's story unless they choose to share it with us.
Yes. I remember my father got talked to so wrong because he was a pastor. I always used to say, Daddy, why you don't tell them something? And he looked at me and he said, baby girl, they got to answer to God for that. That's true. All he can answer you know, it's God, so they can say whatever. They're gonna meet their maker one day, and then God asks them the question. They're gonna ask, yeah, why? you know so yeah, selfishness doesn't fit anyone. Nope, it doesn't at all. Trying to be selfish, it doesn't. If you are able to give, you give. If you're able to learn a listening ear, give it, you know
And if
but
you're
not, yeah. And you trying to receive it, maybe it's a word for you to receive it, and it doesn't have to be monetary all the time for anybody. It doesn't have to be monetary.
right, and believe it or not, people can tell if someone's giving out of a free heart or not. So you're really not hiding anything if you think you're freely given and you have an ulterior motive, because people already see it anyway.
Yeah.
Because we're adults and we have a brain and we're pretty smart, especially on YouTube.
I've seen some people complain about the Christmas. Let me tell you, if you have family to spend the Christmas with, give God thanks.
Yes,
I'm
that's a
here
blessing.
today. I don't have family to spend Christmas with. Okay. I'm here on my own. I don't have children. I don't have a boyfriend. I don't have a husband. My sister, my family, they're miles and miles and countries away. Okay. I can't go and spend holiday with them. I would love to. I was planning to, but guess what? Stuff happened, so I couldn't make it. I'm going to be on my own. I'm not complaining about it. So you should be grateful that you have maybe your sister to spend it with, your boyfriend to spend it with, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your nephews, your cousins, your children. You have family around you. Even though if it's not your extended family, you might have immediate family around to spend the holiday. So why are you complaining?
It's not what we get. It's not the gifts that we get. It's us being around each other and really remembering what the holiday's all about.
Yeah. If you are giving to me with strings attached, I will cut that string and give it back. God gives me freely.
Yes.
Just cut it, because you're looking to get something. If you're doing stuff for me so that you can think, oh, if I do stuff for her, if I wash her clothes, or if I help her do this, if I help her do that, she will give me something. If you're looking for that, then unfortunately, I don't think I will be able to do
And
that.
don't come back to me telling me I owe you for something you did. Because,
No.
I mean,
Hi, also, hashtag kindness rules. Yeah, you got to be kind. Mary, you can do it and come back a better person, no matter
Yes.
what it is. Yes, you should be able to do it. You should be able to get out of that situation, no matter how hard it is. The people do it. Find out how did they do it. Thank God for the internet. Do research. How did this person get on? Go to YouTube, type it in YouTube, listen to people's story. How did they get out of this situation? Because if you do not do that, you're not helping yourself, and then you're going to be in that situation where you're going to be depressed more, and you don't want to do it. You got to find other avenues to take your mind off certain things. My only relief is that I talk to God. I know that He hears me, but sometimes it just feels so overwhelming. I understand you, Timeless. I understand that. It could feel like that. And then if you continue to talk to God, because guess what? When you keep me, I say probably I don't talk to God enough, and I feel guilty. I was like, I think I said it a couple of days ago, or what, maybe a week or 2 weeks ago, and I was like, am I really talking to God enough? You talk to God, talk to Him. You don't have to do it as in a prayer mode or whatever.
I talk to him just like I'm talking to you.
Yeah, you can go your day. And let me tell you, I go outside today and I say, Lord, the sky is beautiful. It's cold today, but it's it is cold today, Lord.
Yeah.
But I thank you though. I still thank you. You know, so you have conversation like you're having conversation with your dad or with somebody that is your friend that loves you, and you have a conversation, and no
Yeah.
matter what, you might not feel like you're getting the response back, like somebody's talking back to you, but carefully, if you listen, you will know he's talking to you, because you start to feel that peace in your heart. When you feel peace for what you're going through, you know that God is talking to you. you know that's how I feel. And I don't feel guilty that I'm not spending longer hours praying like I used to. Let me tell you, I will be like 12 midnight, I will get up. I remember myself and my sister, 12 midnight, we'll get up. We're praying till 3 o'clock in the morning. Every day, every day. I know probably my sister still does it, but for me, I am not that anointed. My anointing is not as, you know, big as my sister, because I would say, okay, why is it when I finish praying and I don't hear a lot of what the Lord is telling me, but then my sister is writing pages and pages of what she's hearing God saying to
Yeah.
her, And I used to say, why is that? And before, I used to be envious, but then I said to myself, you know what? I think God has told me what He wanted me to hear, and He's probably saying something different from my sister that He wanted her to know, and He know that He's using her to build a ministry. And my sister went, and all that years when we were young, all the stuff she's been writing down that she's been hearing God speaking to her, she used it to build a ministry.
See, yeah.
You see, she
I'm
used it. That was different. Her calling was different from
different
my
than yours.
calling.
He has a different plan for everyone. And I
Yeah.
remember a big lesson that I learned in my younger years. Someone looked at me when I was having a discussion with them, and it was a discussion. It wasn't a debate about
Mhm.
our beliefs. And he said, "Be careful, Angie, don't put God in a box." And a
Yeah.
lot of times we want to put him in a box, but he's the greatest thing ever. He created us. We
Hmm.
didn't create him. So he knows all about us, but we don't know all about him. So
And
don't
what
put
he
him in
can
a box.
do. Yeah.
Don't put him
And
in
what
a
he
box.
can do. Yeah.
Right.
And another thing I notice a lot too is try and be positive no matter what you're going through. Just be positive. Be positive. You can't be mixing the negative and the positive together. It's like putting oil in water and you're trying to shake it, and then you're
Yeah.
wondering why the oil is still separated from the water, because they don't mix. They don't mix. They don't mix. So you have to be careful what you say.
Right.
Yeah. Our story isn't over yet. Every day is just a new beginning. When you go to sleep and you wake up, it's how you decide you're going to move that next day for
Right.
you.
It's in the perception of how you're going to handle your
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. When I woke up, I knew, like, when I woke up today, I got to go do my part-time job. And then I said to myself, you know what, Ella, you've been putting a whole lot of shit onto sell on this couch. It's about time you dust this couch. That's what I was okay. I did that. And then my mind said, Ella, go out and go take a walk. I said, okay, let's go out and go walk. And I was out there walking and I was telling God how the sky is blue and it was a good day and I was freezing. But guess what? When I turned around and start coming back home, man, I was hot. I had to take that jacket off.
And
After I was telling God how cold it is this morning. So
a lot of times we want to control everything. And you
I
got to
know.
learn, stop trying to control everything and everybody.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, you know what? We're on this earth for different reason. God didn't put us in here just to serve one person. So don't get disappointed if you're looking forward to something from somebody and you do not get it.
There you go.
Do not be disappointed. Okay. It makes me feel like a bundle. I'm getting better about accepting help, but I'm the giver, not the taker. And that's the thing.
You got to have a balance.
And that is what I've been learning. I always like to give. And when somebody wants to give me, I would say, no, 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 I'm good. I'm the good. And then somebody called me aside one day, say, Ella, accept the blessing. I know you like to give, but sometimes just accept the blessing. So I've learned now to accept when people are on the auction and they want to buy me gifts. I don't say, oh, no, 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 that's fine, that's fine. I don't say that. If they want to go ahead and bless me, okay, let them go ahead and bless me.
But you're taking their blessing away from them.
Yes,
by you not receiving it because they have been told to give it to you.
Yeah.
So they're not going to get their blessing if you reject yours.
Yeah. So now I've learned to accept it.
Yeah.
I have learned now to accept the blessing, and I say thank you, and I am show gratitude and be grateful for that blessing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Miss Josie said, never give up. Hi, Wildflower. Hi, Nat. Mwah, mwah. Welcome in. Hi, Harry. Harry said, I have wondered that my own self, and we're all put here for a purpose, and you got to remember there's always there's always someone that loves you. Yes.
And if nothing else, God loves you.
Yeah. It doesn't mean because people don't throw money at your feet, throw food at your feet, throw a house at your feet, doesn't mean people don't love you. And don't look at it because somebody's doing for somebody else and they didn't do for you, that you are less of a person. You are not. Maybe at that time, it probably wasn't your season. And sometimes I used to tell my ex that, I know I still call him my husband, but we've been separated for 8 years. You know what? He used to say this, oh, I can't wait to get a bigger kitchen, because he likes to cook, because he's a caterer. I can't wait to get a bigger kitchen. I can't wait to get a bigger house. We are already in a 3-bedroom townhome. But he was always wanting to get something.
He always wanted something more.
And then I said to him, I said, you want something bigger? The one God has blessed you with, you haven't even taken care of it. You cook in the kitchen and leave it a mess. I have to clean it all the time. We don't even have kids around this house. You take your clothes off, instead of putting it in the hamper daddy basket, you put it on the coffee table that is against the wall. You just drop it there. How could you ask God and you're saying you're praying for something bigger? Meanwhile, the little God has given you, you haven't even taken care of it, for God to say, you have taken care of a little, now I can bless you with much.
Same thing goes with money. If you take money and you blow it here and there and don't manage it and do this and that with it, he's not going to give you any more because you don't take care of what you have.
Yeah, I understand, Gita, and I'm so sorry that you went through that. A lot of us, we've been through one or the other, growing up as a child, but at the end of the day, it's what you make out of it. Do you want to continue to be a victim? That's the thing.
And what happened was bad. What happened was bad.
Look,
and I mean, nobody is taking that from anybody that's been through that.
Because let me tell you, I've been through it. When you are 3 years old and you don't even know you were abused when you were 3 years old. You only remembered when you find out that you were in your freaking 30s. Like, wow, so that was what was happening to me when I was 3 years old. Oh, you have a very good friend that is your friend. Say, hey, I got some bags to sell. I got some this to sell. And your friends are telling you, yeah, go get the bags, because I was a teacher then. We can sell this stuff and we can make extra money. And this is somebody that you go to church with.
Oh, that's the worst one.
Oh, nice. And then you follow them, and before you know it, you're in somewhere where they rape you and tell you if you shout or you move, you see those 10 guys that walked out of the room, I'm going to call them back in here and they're going to rape you one after the other. You've been through that situation. There's so I can go on and on and on. But let me tell you, I didn't let those things define me today. I'm a better person than all that shit that happened to me from when I was 3 years old. You know, or compared to 2005, before I came to this country, I almost jumped in front of a train because I said I've had enough of life. Or you know somebody that you thought they were supposed to be protecting you, but they turn around and they were the one abusing you. And then you say, I've had enough. And you know what? God said, I'm not through with you
I
yet.
don't think so. Yeah. He said, I don't think so, honey.
Yeah. He said, you're not jumping in this fast train today. Not today, Satan, because I'm not through with you yet. And when that fast train was coming, I was ready to jump in front of it. Until I heard that sound come out from the blower. I said, mind the gap. And I woke up. It felt like I dreamt and I was there. And I woke up quickly and I stepped back and the train just blew past me. Because God said, Ella, I'm not through with you yet. Because guess what? You're gonna be a testimony. You're gonna tell your story.
And you matter. You matter.
So we've all been through it. I use
Don't
mine
let
to
someone
tell a
take
story.
it from you.
Yeah, my grandmother gave me my African name, and it means to tell a story. And now I know why. I don't look at my life and think about the stuff that happened to me. It's not my fault, but now I can use it to tell a story. But I become a better person because of it. I don't let it hold me down.
And it's all horrible and it's all sad and it's all not right that someone would do that and you're the victim of something that somebody else chose to do.
Yeah.
It is all horrible.
Let me tell you, I was in a room about to be gang raped by boys that I go to school with. Okay. I don't even know how I got out of that room with not one of them touching me. I was 16 at the time. 16. And I was in a room because I like to hang out with people, and these boys, they knew I was hanging out with a couple of my friends. Before I know it, there's a guy coming in the room, another guy coming into the room, another guy coming into the room. And I was like, what's going on here? And the guy that was like my friend, I walked up to him and I say, hey, what's going on? It was like, well, Ella, I'm so sorry, but all these guys, they do like you, but I'm just telling you what's about to go down. I said, no, this can't happen. So you know what? I didn't panic. I sat there. One of the guy came up to me. He was trying to touch me and everything. And my mind, I didn't panic. I was just like, Lord, help me. And back then, because the church, my dad, we used to go to, they broke away from Jehovah's Witness. So our prayer is like, if you call on the name Jehovah, God will come down and save you. That's all I kept saying. Jehovah, 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 Jehovah. That's all I kept saying. Not one of them ever touched me. I was in there for 3 hours. Not one touched me.
They had to back away from that name.
I'm telling you, because I was just there and I was just saying, Jehovah, Jehovah, Jehovah. That's all I was saying to myself. And for 3 hours, I picked up my bag and I walked out of that room that day. Not one of them touched me. And then the boy that was supposed to be my friend that we're hanging out, he was the one that said, Ella, I'm so sorry. He came next day at school and said, oh, Ella, I'm so sorry about that and everything. He wasn't, So we all have gone through bad things. It's just the way that we come out of it, how we're able to handle it,
And I'm not saying don't have your moment.
Yeah.
Don't have your moment of what you went through and own it and say and feel bad and cry and get mad and just shout and scream and have all that. Have it, but come out of it.
Yeah. Hi, love. Hi, day to day. Yeah, everybody goes through their own situation. It's just how you handle it. You know, it's just the way you handle it. You're gonna let it control your life. You know, you're gonna let it continue to control your life. You live it day by day. You're just gonna get depressed all the time. But you're gonna have to find way. It took me years. I'm not saying that you snap your finger and you're gonna get
Oh
out of it.
no, that's what
No.
I was trying to say. Have your moment, have your
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
And
It took
there's
me a
no
long time.
and there's no time limit on that as well as grief. There's no time limit on any of it.
Yeah. Also, it is for sure a never ending battle, sweetie. I fight it every day as well. Keep fighting. We are survivors. Yeah. And if you ever need to talk, yes, we are survivors. We've one way or the other, we've gone through it. Some people gone through it more than others, you know. And it's like, how do you handle such things? You know, how do you handle life like that? You gotta have God. You just have to.
I don't see how
You know,
people that don't, I don't know how they do it.
yeah, because let me tell you, it happened so much to me that I just felt like, you know what? I think leaving this world will be a better place. Just leaving this world will be a better place. Because even though I fought those demons, for some reason I could like be going to work and I don't understand why I'm crying. You know, and then I went counseling, and counseling brought all that shit back out. And I said, oh, counseling is even the worst. It's not even helping me. It's just making me remember stuff I thought I've already pushed down, you know. But my pastor, the lady pastor, she said it better. She said, Ella, you gotta forgive. That's what she said. So I've been going counseling all these years, and they're just saying, oh, yeah, maybe as a child you went through this and that. But my pastor said, she said, Ella, you got to forgive these people. And I'm telling you, I cried so hard. Cried. I cried.
Because it's gonna feel like you
Yeah.
feel like you're telling them that they win
Yeah.
if
And
you
then
forgive
I
them.
did
And
it.
honestly, you win.
Yeah. I did it. And as soon as I did it and I forgave them, now I knew what the meaning of my name was. And I started to use it to tell a story. Like, yeah, you know. So we're not taking it lightly, and
No,
we're
no,
never saying
no,
get over it. We will never
no.
say that, because like I said, I've been through it. I've been through it as a child, as a 3-year old. If I could remember what happened to me when I was 3, you know, and then when I was 8, and then when I was 16, and then when I was in my 20s.
Well, there's more room out. Once you speak it out of your mouth and goes into the universe, there's so much more room out there than it is up here. And you keep playing that recording over and over in your mind about what happened, what happened, what happened. And if you say it out of your mouth to someone and truly bring out what you want out of your heart and your mind that you're trying to say, it's out there in the universe. It's no longer in here, and
Yeah.
you can deal with it.
Yeah. Hi, Rev. Good to see you, Rev. Welcome. And you know what? Like talking about, this is how I fight my depression. Okay. This is how I fight my depression. I find things that I enjoy doing to take my mind out of those demons. And let me tell you, when it comes over me, I feel it. I don't feel it now because I used to, because I never did do anything with it. I could feel it when it comes over me. And then I said, God has not given me the spirit of fear, but of love and a sound mind. I kept repeating it to myself until I feel better. And that thing leaves me. You know, I find joy in like watching comedy so that I can laugh. I am on my own, you know. So I'm not gonna be spending holidays with anybody. I'm spending it on my own. So I've come to the reality, Ella, you're gonna be spending the holidays on your own. So you're gonna have to think of things that you're gonna do, you know, to put you in a good mood. So I put on comedy. I watch all the comedies I can watch, whether it's stuff that will make me laugh.
Because
You know,
laughter's like a medicine anyway.
yeah. I watch the Golden Girls because I know I can laugh. I watch maybe Frasier once in a while. I like to do Raymond because I like to say somebody's stupid, idiot. I like to watch that. So I pick comedies that will make me laugh. Find something that will take your mind off other things. Unfortunately, you know what? We're in a situation we can't go knock on somebody's door and say, "Hey, can I come and spend the holiday with you?"
Right.
Back in the days, you know what? People used to say, "Hey, can you come over?" Unfortunately, it's not like that anymore. You know, it's not like that. I can go take a plate to my neighbor and say, "Hey, happy Christmas." He say, "Hey, come on in."
Yeah,
We
Ella,
don't do that anymore.
when you get to the point in your life when you like yourself and you can be with you, because I can be here at the house with me. I like
Yes.
company and I like to go places, but I like me now. I've went through a lot of stuff, so I've healed and I've forgiven and I've done all that, and I can be with me. Now I have something to offer to others. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I try to find those people that I can give things to, not just material things, but a hug, and a word of advice, a word of encouragement, just anything.
Yeah. Hi, Anna. I'm crazy. Hi, Miss Lewis. She said, family is not always in your bloodline. Yes. Sometimes I feel closer to my friends more than to my family. Maybe one, because my family is not here, so I call on my friends more than I call on my family. So that's another thing. When you are doing right, me when I give, I feel all bodily inside, and I'm seeing others happy. Yeah, you know what? I think from what you're saying is that when you give, and you see that somebody's happy because you gave, you feel good inside. That's how we'll always feel. You know, please know you are never alone. Yes, you're never alone. And that's why this holiday for Christmas, a lot of us are gonna be live. We're gonna be live for Christmas Day, depending. I'm gonna go live on Christmas, so you can come sit here, have fun, chit chat. Tracy Cake is gonna be live. Johnny, Cajun reseller, he's gonna be live. There's a few channels that's gonna be live on Christmas Day, so you don't get to spend Christmas Day on your own. So that's the thing. We're always here for each and everyone that needs somewhere to go. I get more excited about giving than the ones getting. That's my joy. Yeah, because that's how, a lot of people feel like that.
Yes.
But unfortunately, we can't give to everybody. If we could, we would, you know, but we can't. I remember this year has been different. Last year, I gave over 200
I
gifts.
remember that. I
Yeah,
remember that.
when myself and Victoria did our first giveaway we did for Christmas last year, I gave 115 items, and not to the same people. Everybody that came into the live that their name got called on that wheel, every single one got a gift. 115. And then the next day I did another one. The total by the end of the Christmas holiday, I gave over 200, because I planned it in the beginning of the year that is what I want to do. Unfortunately, this year I couldn't do that this year, but we gave around 20 gift cards, this last couple of days when we did our Christmas giveaway. Now, did I say, oh, that's the end of the giveaway? No, we're still giving as we could give. It will be nice to give to everybody, but unfortunately, things, and we just can't do it sometimes.
If
But
you want to know if you're giving with a free heart and you're doing it because freely, it does bring you joy once you do it. But
yeah,
if you give and it doesn't bring you joy and you say to yourself, okay, I'm going to remember that I did that so I can throw it up in their face when they don't do what I want them to do, then you're not giving with a free heart.
yeah, you just say, well, I get my cats. Okay. You know what, Gita? I'm glad that at least you have pets. I don't have
Yes.
a pet. I don't have a pet. You know. So yeah, I live alone. I've been doing it. Let me tell you. My parents split up when I was 16. Okay? My parents split up when I was 16. I was in that house. My dad was in another state. My mom was in the same state, but she was probably about an hour where she moved out to. So we did hardly see her. If I had to see her, she doesn't come to the house. We have to go see her at her house or at her office because she works in the for the university at that time. So I saw it was just me, my sister at that time. She was 13. My brother was 15, and then we have a 4-year-old and a 3-year-old. I was
Mhm.
looking after all these people. Luckily, my sister was schooling somewhere, so she was living with my uncle and my aunt at that time. You know, so I was looking after these kids, trying to take them to school, bring them back, and all that. I grew up so fast. You know, I grew up so fast looking after kids. I left my dad's house when I was 24 to go start living on my own. It was like, okay, I got to go live on my own now. And I was living on my own before. When I lived with my cousin and shared a flat with them, and after I moved out and I was on my own. I lived on my own till I was 39. I met my husband and then we got married. Okay, I met my husband 2005. We got married 2007, and I lived with him for 10 years. Let me tell you, I was so scared when we lost our home and I didn't have nowhere to go. I was freaking scared. Like, how am I going to move on?
Yeah,
You
that had
know,
to be scary.
yeah, how am I going to? I'm in here by myself. It's not like I have my families here. I'm in a different country. But in the end, I did survive it. You know, I did survive it. And we've been separated 8 years. 8 years I've been on my own. I've been on my own for 8 years. I don't have no pets, nothing, but I've been surviving it. You know, and that's what we're gonna do. Tell ourselves we can do it.
Right.
We can do it. And it's like, yes, it might be lonely, you know, and it's like, do I really want to go start dating again? Maybe not. But if I really want to start dating again, then I have to go out and meet people. I'm
Right.
not gonna meet people if I'm on my own in the house. I am never gonna meet people. So if you feel that, oh, I'm lonely, I would love to meet somebody, I would love to date. You gotta then think
You
about,
got to
okay,
get up and move and go somewhere where there are people.
I used to say to my friends, you know, when back in the day before I got married, I used to say to my friends, because they complain a lot being single. And I said, look, do you go out? No. So you just go to work, come back, and you're in the house? Yes. So what you were thinking? You were thinking God is going to come down from heaven, tear open one part of your roof, and say,
Drop them.
and drop him in your living room? God's not going to do that.
No, he's not.
You know, I used to say that, and then they used to laugh. And I said, yeah, God's not going to do that. You know, you're going to have to go out. Now I know dating is different now. Back in the day, where you're outside, you can meet guys. You know, you can go anywhere, you can meet guys. Some guy will come up to you. Now everything is done on freaking line now. You have to go on the internet, or you meet somebody on Facebook, Instagram, or you join eHarmony or one of those. I remember my friend signed me up for on eHarmony, you know, because she
Oh
just
my
felt,
gosh.
yeah, because she just felt, Ella, you're just at home on your own. And that was when I was going through my depression stage. She said, Ella, you got to go out. You got to go out. You got to go out. You can't just stay home, you know. But back then, I used to go out. My friends will come and we're like, hey, let's go to the jazz club. I used to enjoy going to the jazz club with my friends, and we used to have so much fun, you know, and different other clubs. We go out when we meet people. And now it's like, I don't feel like going out. So I don't really complain about not meeting people, because the same thing I told my friend, God is not going to open the roof and drop a man in in your
And at
lap.
the end of the day, we're all connected to each other, good, bad, or indifferent. We all feel each other's pain. We suffer with each other. We have good times with each other. You know, we're all connected. And when one of us is hurting, others are. And when one of us is happy, others are. So just remember that when you want to be cruel to someone and you don't really know their story, it hurts more than just that person.
Yeah. I wake up every morning and I say, Lord, you handle this today, and whatever happens, He will handle it. Sure.
Yes. Amen.
Handle it. The only control we have is our own reaction to things, not how others react. True.
Right.
Yeah. So, yes. Yes, I'm still getting better and definitely need balance. Yeah. There's always ways, and I'm
It's going
telling
to
you,
take time.
it's
It
going to take
takes
time.
time.
Yeah. And you know how many years it's taking me? Years. Imagine, like, since I was 3, and then being in my 40s. I mean, I used to have panic attack. Brandy is here in the chat day to day. She will tell you. One day, she dropped me off at Walmart. I was like, I need to go shop. She dropped me off at Walmart, and she was in the car because she don't like to go into Walmart. She will tell you, I don't like going to Walmart. She was in her car, and I went into Walmart. And then I was moving around. I got stuff in my car, and I couldn't move. I just couldn't move at all. I broke down there, and I would call her, and I was crying. I couldn't even tell her what was going on. I was just crying on the phone.
Panic attacks are awful.
Panic. I would, I said, this girl don't go into Walmart. She came into Walmart.
I got you.
She came into Walmart, She don't like coming into Walmart, but she came into Walmart because she know that her friend was having a freaking panic attack. And then luckily a co-worker was walking past. He went to go get water to give to me, And then I was like, I'm living on my own. How am I gonna be going to Walmart now? Because I need to go and shop for food if I'm gonna eat.
Right.
And I tried it a second time. And I said, you know what? I don't need to go into this big Walmart. Let me find a smaller Walmart to go into. Luckily, there was one close to where I was living before I moved here. It was a small Walmart. So I went there. And it was small. So I was able to control my environment while I was in there.
Right.
I was able to get over it. And gradually, I started like, okay, Ella, now you can go to the big Walmart. So I went to the super Walmart. The first time I was there, I went in there and I ran out. I ran out again because I was having another panic attack. And while I was outside, I said, Ella, you got to go back in. And I said, okay. I went back in, did my shopping, and I came back out, called Uber, and I came home. And since then, I've been doing it,
Sometimes you just have to push yourself through it.
Yeah. All right, I'm moving. Hi, Mary Beth. Hi. Hey, Leslie. Lucky Finds.
Leslie.
Good to see you, Leslie. Lucky Finds. Welcome. Guys, make sure you check Leslie out. All right. She does auctions on her channel as well. So make sure you check her out. Hi, White Flower. All right. Tamara. Good to see you, Tamara. All right. So I know I pass a lot of people saying things. I hope people are reading it. Debs, wood burning. Mwah, mwah. So if I didn't read out your questions, I apologize. Shirley, mwah, mwah. Good to see you. I dealt with
welcome in, everyone. Welcome in.
But yes, I did that. I'm girl. I've been there. Sexual abuse and rape I've been through it. Sexual abuse and rape. I've been through it. So we understand how it is.
And see, Ella, you didn't cause either one of those things to happen to you. No. But yet and still, you had to deal with the consequences of that and work through all that pain and all that fear and all that.
Thank you, Regina. Happy Sunday. I don't know if she's still here, but mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you so much for the super sticker. This is for you, my friend.
Thank you for the super chat. 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 Super, super, super chat. Super, super, super chat.
Thank you, Regina. Mwah, mwah. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, so good to see you, Regina. Yeah, so at the end of the day, we've all been through a whole lot in life. It's just how we handle it. And let me tell you, God, where is it? I wrote it down. God does not give you more than you can handle. Just believe that. God cannot, it will not give you more. If God, no matter the situation, God knows that you can handle it and you will come out on the other side as pure as white gold. Okay. And you will have that as a testimony. All the stuff I'm talking about that's happened to me, it's my testimony. I wanted to
Right.
die. I wanted to die. But God said, not today, Satan. You ain't dying. Okay. The name that I gave your grandmother to give to you means you got to tell a story. And I use it and I tell a story with it.
And look, there's nothing that's been invented. Everything's already been done. Don't
Yeah.
think you're the only one. There's nothing new under the sun. You're not the only one that's been through it. And tell your story because it's going to help someone else.
Yeah. See, this is another good one. My daughter got anxiety in Walmart. She has learned earbuds in to help her. So you know what? That's good. So she can listen to music. I do that when I leave the house. I'm always having my earbuds in when I leave the house, and I play my music when I'm out and about. I don't like today. I left the house, and then when I opened my bag where I normally put my earbuds, it wasn't there. I could have went on because I wasn't going that far. I could have forget it, go. I said no. I came back in the house again and trying to turn my freaking alarm off, and he started to go off. I said, oh my gosh, the police are gonna be here soon.
Yeah.
all because I wanted my earbuds.
You
But
forgot your earbuds. Yeah.
by the time I finished with the code and everything, I checked and my earbuds, I left it on the table from yesterday when I was outside. So I picked it up, put my alarm back on, and I went out, and put that in and just put on the music. It does help. So that's another example how you playing your favorite music, it can turn your brain off about whatever shit is going on around you, and it's just you listening to that music and you getting over any kind of anxiety or stress that you're going through. So
I
that's
tell this story in one of my videos. It's a little short story, but we talk about everything happens for a reason. But James and I were on a trip headed toward the casino in Vicksburg. We always take a certain route, always take the same route. We got to talking to each other and we missed our exit. Well, we didn't realize we had missed our exit until we got further down the road and we started realizing, wait, this doesn't look like where we're supposed to be. So we laughed about it and said, oh my goodness, let's just go straight and go this way. It'll take about 10 minutes longer, but it'll be a nice ride. We start listening to the radio. Come to find out, the road that we were going to originally take, had we not missed our exit, some man was standing outside on his porch shooting at cars.
wow.
And we would have been on that road where this man was shooting at cars because he woke up in a bad mood or whatever. And I said, oh my Lord, God saved us from going that direction by having us miss our exit. So see, when you think something bad has happened, like we could have said, oh my gosh, we missed our exit. How could, let's turn around and go back and go the same way and, do all that. But we chose to just keep going. And it probably saved our life, from being shot at.
Yeah. I like this one. Whatever you do, being a survivor myself, holding it in, staying silent was the worst thing I did. Once I started talking and letting it out, I started getting stronger. Silent is not the answer.
There's
Love
more
it.
room out.
Love it.
There's more room out. More room out.
Get it out. Talk about it. Because guess what? If you don't tell your story, okay, nobody's going to know. But the more you tell your story, somebody's listening and you're helping somebody else. That's why I never stay silent. I remember my sister, she was like, well, you don't need to tell everybody everything. It's my story to tell.
Right.
If I choose
And
to
you need to tell it, Ella.
you
That's
need
my
to tell
point.
it. Yeah, I need to tell it because I noticed that being telling my story for years has helped me heal.
And
Has helped me
Darlene needs to
heal.
tell her story. Other
Yeah,
people need to tell their story. It is just going to be a healing process.
and that has helped me. And it's not only that, it's helped me to forgive the people that abused me as a child. People that abused me when I became a teenager, the people that abused me when I became an adult. It has helped me so much that now I feel, oh, I didn't need to throw my life away. Now I
Holding
know
it in
my
can
life.
cause sickness in your body, anxiety. It can cause a lot of things if you hold it in. Depression.
Yes. Leslie, when I went through what I went through and I started working for the British government, and one of the department I was working in, we had to go to we had to try cases, and a lot of them were abuse cases. Let me tell you, my depression, my anxiety went from there to way up there, because when I was reading these cases of the abuse that these kids are being abused by
Oh,
people that know them,
yes, their
the
own.
people that have to be looking after them, that care for them, let me tell you, I was so like
That.
pissed off and
Oh,
mad every time when I leave work and I'm on the bus and I see a man with a kid and I'm staring at him like this, like, I hope you're not abused. Actually, I won't say it, but the way I stare is like, I hope that child is not getting abused.
right. Yeah, they can read it though. They know what you're. Yeah,
Yeah, because I was like, every case I was reading, every time I have to get police reports and get healthcare reports and get a hospital report. I have to put all these reports together and make and go before what they call it, a panel of judges, and prepare these cases for them so that they can prosecute or compensate these people that being abused,
right,
by people that are supposed to be protecting them in the freaking first place,
right.
you know. So yeah, unfortunately, too many children are put in situation that makes them grow up too fast. Yes, I was put in a situation like that. I had to grow up freaking fast, you know. But at the end of the day, it taught me life. I had to grow up really fast to know what am I gonna be doing, what I should say, what I should do, and how to go on with life at the end of the day. But it's like what that song said: "What doesn't kill you makes you
Makes you
strong."
stronger. Yes.
So I have to be strong. I do. It's bad when the abuser are the grandfather and the father.
Yes. I
Lord
can't
have
even
mercy.
imagine that. That's got
Yeah,
to be bad.
that is. And then you be saying like, "When you supposed to be protecting me?"
Yeah, they are supposed to be the ones that protect you. Yes.
Yeah, they're the ones that's supposed to be protecting you, and they don't protect you. And you know what? The one that really pisses me off is when they have the nerve, when you are growing up now and you're dating, they have the nerve to call you a prostitute when you because you're just
Yeah.
dating one guy, or somebody finds you attractive and wants to date you, or because you start to live your own life and you're no longer under their thumb. Now you are saying you got to that stage where you can now say, stop, you're not going to do that to me again,
Right.
because you can now stand up for yourself. Now they get pissed off. Now they get angry because they can no longer abuse you the way that they've been abusing you, when they're the ones that's supposed to protect you in
Protect
the
you.
first place. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah. So like I said, my goddaughter was nearly killed by her stepmother when she was 4 years old. Brain injury so severe she will never live a normal life. That woman got 13 years, and I will be here when she gets out. Oh my goodness. You see, and sometimes that's the thing. We don't get the full justice that we needed to get.
No, and a lot of times we do not get to choose
Some,
the justice that the person gets
yeah,
all the time.
yeah. And
Except if we
and
take it in our
sometimes
own
we
hands.
don't even get nothing. People get a couple of years, okay, or people get 10 years, 15 years, whatever years. Some people don't even get 1 year. They're walking around the freaking street, and sometimes you can see them, and sometimes it's like, you know what, I need to move from this place so I don't get to see them. You know, people don't get to do that. I remember when this guy raped me. I remember when I couldn't even tell my father because the boy's dad is friends with my dad. They all in the same meeting in church and everything. I couldn't even tell. So I told my mom. My mom, because her cousin works, which is my aunt, works for with this guy, the boy's father at the television station. She was the one that said, I just want to let you know that your son raped my niece.
Mm.
Okay. And then my mom was like, you got to let your dad know. I didn't know how to tell him. So I had to write a letter to my dad explaining what happened and how it happened. And I wrote a letter and I gave it to my dad. I remember that day like it was yesterday. I was sitting in the living room there. My dad got the letter when I gave it to him. My siblings were in there, and he started to read this letter out loud.
Mm.
You know the worst thing? He did not even believe me.
Oh no.
He didn't even, yeah, he did not believe me. You know, he
That
did.
had to be betrayal too.
Yeah. So it took my own aunt to go to this guy and say, your son raped my niece. But guess what? My own flesh and blood did not believe me. What are you going to do? You're going to carry on with your life, you know? You're going to carry on with your life. Guess who? If he doesn't repent, he's the one that's going to have that guilt. He's the one before he goes to God is going to say, you remember you raped that lady?
Yeah, he's gonna have to answer.
He's going to have to answer for himself, you know? So, yes. I can't wait to see her. I have no problem telling her I'll probably be in prison. No, you don't have to. Don't have to. You know, you don't have to. God will take care of it. You know
And
what?
here's the
That's the justice system.
here's the thing.
That's
She
the
would probably much rather you handle it than God, because when God handles it, it's gonna be a lot worse than anything you could do.
Yeah. So just let it be. Just let God handle it. Because let me tell you, you got to pray for them. Because the Bible say that when you pray for people like this, you are heaping cold on their head. Okay, you know what hot coal does on somebody's head? It will sink into their freaking brain.
Right.
So you just keep praying for that person. That's all you got to do. You know, that's all you got to do. You pray for them. And just let God handle them. Let me tell you, they can prosper in life. But let me tell you, come judgment day, they will never, 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 never run away when come judgment day.
No, they won't.
They won't. You know, the people that up here lying through their teeth, telling all sorts of lies, the one that have done something wrong and just feel like they ain't done nothing, the one that go around threatening people when they
And
know that
blaming someone else and putting the blame on them and making them look bad.
making them people look bad when you know at the end of the
It's
day,
you.
it's like it's you. Guess what? The people are praying for people like this, you know. So let God heap coal on their head, unless they take account of what they've done and they repent and they're sorry for what they did. Because if they don't ask God for forgiveness for what they've done, let me tell you, that coal is gonna melt so fast their brain, and then you're gonna wonder why that person, you know, passed away so quickly. You know, you're gonna wonder why. All right. I don't know. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Because this
Oh,
is a
it's
beautiful
been good today. It's
well,
been good today.
hi Renee, good to see you. Happy holidays.
It has been a good one today.
God took care of my ex. He got released after 8 years in prison. 4 years later, he passed away. You see, I'm telling you, when people don't ask for forgiveness, they might not, because of pride, they might not come to you and say, hey, could you forgive me for what I've done? But guess what? If they're able to repent from what they did, let me tell you, God will forgive them. God will give you a peace of mind. God will give you a peace of mind. That's why, and let me tell you, everybody that abused me, I have prayed for them. A lot of them, I don't know where they are. Some of them have already passed away. I ask God to please help me to forgive these people.
And when you can get to that point, Ella, where you pray for the ones that have abused you or that are doing things that you know are not true, when you get to that point where you can pray for them, I got such a peace come over me, because when I was younger, and it said in the Bible, pray for those who do bad to you, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, what? Wait, you want me to do what? You want me to pray for somebody that hurt me? And I couldn't do it for years and years. I couldn't do it. And then finally, I began to do that, and it just brought me so much peace. It's like it released them from my life. It just released them.
So that's all you got to do is just pray for them. Amazing how many shared experience are in this chat tonight. So grateful you all had the opportunity to come together, and I pray you no longer feel alone. Yes, I appreciate that, Tracy Cake. We, we're not here to judge anybody, like we say at the beginning of the show. We're always here. We're going to share our own experience. I'm not afraid or not ashamed of my own experience. I tell it so I let people know that you're not the only one out there that is going through what you're going through. And just to also let you know that no matter what you're going through, we are here for you. We're going to be praying for you. And also, you are not alone. You are not alone. You're never alone. We'll tell you how we deal with ours. And if how we deal with it can help somebody, then that's good. Hi, Yon again. Welcome in. Happy holidays. And if what you can tell, a lot of people been talking in the chat. I'm sorry we couldn't read every chat, but it's when you read the comments, it's there to help you. Like, oh, this person went through this. This is what they did. Okay, I probably will do the same thing and see if I'll be able to find something that will help you. Not everybody likes comedy like I do. But let me tell you,
I watch comedy. I feel like, us having this conversation tonight, it should open our eyes to see just how petty it is when our community starts yang with each other over stuff that's not even going to matter tomorrow or next week. People are really going through difficult situations, and they've lived through horrible stories. And then we want to start a little spit spat with somebody that doesn't even matter, you know? And that's what I'm glad that has happened here tonight, that y'all can see there are heartfelt stories here that people have shared that they are going through, that the stuff that I see in our community sometimes is just teenage.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, we love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget, some of us are gonna be live. I'm gonna be live with Picky Nikki tomorrow at 6, and then I have the dog sale. I had 3 boxes of dog stuff that I ordered from A8 Lot. So if you don't know, A8 Lot is a wholesale company that you can order different things from, but you have to have a sales license in order to order buy from that company. So I've been talking about bringing some some pet stuff. So I'll be having a pet auction on Tuesday. It's just me on Tuesday because Pikiniki has to get ready for the Christmas holiday. And let me show you what Pikiniki sent me. I was sitting down here, didn't even hear any knock on the door, and she sent me a text. And then when I saw the text, it was like there was a picture of something left on my doorstep. It's what Pikiniki sent me.
Oh my goodness, that is so nice. Nikki's so
Yeah, so
sweet.
Pikiniki sent me ribs. She knows that I like cornbread, and that's a container of sweet potatoes.
Oh wow, you're gonna enjoy that.
That's gonna be my dinner tonight.
Oh, that is so nice, Nikki.
So thank you so much, Ricky Nikki. Anyway, guys, we love you guys. We are renewed for season 2.
Yes, season 2 to come. I'm so excited. We've been renewed. And
So,
I guess we won't see you all in this keeping it real until next year.
yes.
I don't think.
Yes. So next year, keeping it real, we're gonna start it next year, and we're gonna be calling it season 2. We appreciate
Season
you
2 to
guys.
come.
Yes, we love you guys. Thank you so much for always coming in here and supporting
Yes.
this. And I hope that whatever we've discussed this year, since January 7th, when we started this, I hope every topic has touched you guys, and that you guys take something away from what we've discussed.
Something positive, yes.
Something positive. I hope you guys take something away, apply it to your life. Like Tracy Cakes said, when you shine your light, it can follow you out of the darkness.
Yes.
So shine your light. Everybody has a light, no matter how it is. You got a light. Shine it and find your way out of that darkness. Until next time.
I love everyone. Bye.
We love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. We appreciate you. Peace. Bye, guys.